Hey metalheads, Iron Maiden's self-titled debut album turns 45 years young this year, and to celebrate, I'm diving into the secrets, the rumors, and the epic facts of this legendary album. Did Maiden really try to get banned on purpose? Was a ping-pong addiction a catalyst behind the raw sound of this album? And what about playing Running Free live at a venue where almost no band had played live before? Let's up the irons and break down the myths and facts behind Iron Maiden's legendary debut album. The album dropped on the 14th of April in 1980 and boom, it went number 4 on the UK albums chart. That was a massive win for the new wave of British heavy metal. That's not bad for an album recorded in 13 days in Kingsway Studios. The sound is raw, edgy and punkish, even though Steve Harris hated punk, but I guess with a singer like Paul Di'Anno, you just couldn't avoid it. Therefore, this tension created a new blueprint for metal that would inspire multiple bands to come. Speaking of that raw sound, how did that happen? Now you can blame producer Will Malone for that because he basically goes to the band in the studio to go play ping pong. So Maiden self-produced most of it, working around Will directly with the engineer. And that forced independence gave the album its gritty sound. Harris later said that Malone's absence helped them take control of the process, and that probably made them a better studio band going forward. Now let's talk Eddie, the ultimate metal mascot. Artist Derek Riggs originally sketched Eddie as a punk zombie and not even for Maiden, but the band loved Eddie and just said give him more hair. And voila, a legendary metal mascot was born. The song Sanctu was only on the US version of the album at first, but it was released as a single in the UK, and the album cover for that single caused some controversy. The cover shows Eddie standing over Margaret Thatcher with a knife after finding her pulling down Iron Maiden posters. At the time when Iron Maiden was starting, Margaret Thatcher was actually getting the nickname the Iron Lady, so the band found it funny to be playing on that she was kind of stealing their thunder and taking down their posters. But their manager, Rod Smallwood, he smelled an opportunity. So he suggested that her face would be censored to spark tabloid outrage. And it worked. The tabloids shouted, "Maggie gets rock mugging." And this self-censoring trick gave the band a lot of free press. Fun fact guys, this is not the only time that Margaret Thatcher featured on an album cover by Iron Maiden. Can you name the other one? Drop it in the comments. Running Free, the first chart hit of the album, landed at number 34, and that gave them a spot on Top of the Pops. Top of the Pops was notorious for the fact that almost every band on the show mimed the performance. But Iron Maiden said no, we're not faking it, so they played live. The only band to do that before them was The Who in 1972. Guitarist Dennis Stratton, he only played on this album and was then kicked out of the band. But why? Well, Stratton wanted to add some lush harmonies into some of the songs. Think bands like the Eagles or Wishbone Ash. But Steve Harris said, no way, Jose. So after the Kiss tour in America, he was out and replaced by Adrian Smith. The song Phantom of the Opera is a 7-minute beast, and that showed off the band's ambition. Steve Harris has called it their first real proggy track, and Dave Murray's lead work gave it a very dramatic edge. Oh, it wasn't just a standout back then, it's still a live favorite, and that blend of prog and power is a total game changer. So this song was a taste of what was to come from Iron Maiden on future albums. These big opuses like Hallowed Be Thy Name, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, and Alexander the Great. And there have been rumors that there have been some lost tapes from these sessions. And this is not the only album actually where there have been rumors like that, but more on that later. But the 1979 Soundhouse tapes gave us songs like Invasion that didn't make the album. Now fans have been whispering about some darker, more raw tracks that didn't make the cut for the album. Steve Harris has actually said that they used everything they had, but the whispers continue. Is it a myth, or is there a hidden vault of Iron Maiden songs out there somewhere? Tell me in the comments what's your favorite song of this album. Like this video and subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a video. And if you think this album was wild, then check out what they did on Powerslave. The hidden secrets and the myths of that album are amazing.